arrested in Siena a 70-year-old stateless Jew, Aaron Jastrow, a prominent author from the United States. His niece and they. You have written to them, you have telephoned them, and you have visited them. Yet,
I don't know what you're implying here. I have made no effort to keep any of it secret.
you know you studied in the United States and that Jastrow's your teacher. Is that why you are protecting the Jew?
I am not protecting him. I am hoping to use him.
Oh? In what way?
As you yourself have pointed out, Herr Eichmann, Herr Dr. Jastrow is a prominent American author.
Yes? Herr Dr. Bank?
Well, that is exactly it. I am hoping he will make a series of broadcasts in which he will picture the Germans and the Japanese as deprived and misunderstood proud people, and the Allies as fat cats clutching riches gained by armed force. He will picture the whole war as a useless bloodletting which should be stopped at once by a sharing of the hegemony. His own brilliant phrase, he used it in my presence, such a suggestion of world leadership being shared, coming from such a prominent Jewish author, could have great impact in America, to weaken the war effort and encourage a peace movement.
Then will Jastrow be making his first broadcast?
That's not definite yet. It's a question of persuading him, which takes time.
Really? Why should that be? Persuading the Jews?
To be effective, it has to be done of his own free will.
Jews will do whatever you want them to of their own free will. However, I understand you. Jastrow is your teacher. He's a fine man. You don't want him upset or frightened. It isn't that you are coddling or protecting Jews. Just as you think you might catch more flies with honey. Yes?
I am sure that my approach is correct.
Yes. Providing you get some results before the war is over. Tell me, Herr Dr. Day, is your family here with you in Rome?
No, they're at home in Stuttgart.
How many kids do you have?
3.
Boys, girls?
Yes. 2 girls, 1 boy.
Oh. Oh, please. Oh, how beautiful. And with a pure oh. Girls are so sweet. I have 3 boys. No luck on girls. You know, no matter what, I always try to get home to see the kids. At least once a week, even if it's only for an hour. I suppose you are as fond of your kids as I am of mine.
I love my children. Excellent.
Good. Right. Well, let's do some straight talking, shall we? Can Reich Führer Himmler expect a progress report fairly soon on those 118 Jews?
Do my best.
Oh, I'm so pleased I could come here and we could thrash this out. You have a heavy responsibility. So do a job for the Führer. Of course, you understand, Herr Beck, this whole Jastrow business is not kosher. Not kosher at all. So tell the old yid to make his broadcast quick and let the opera put him away with the other yid.
But they have a guarantee of safe conduct back to America as part of the American Journalist Exchange.
How can that be? The American journalists have already left Italy.
I delayed their departure myself. We had it to a met in Brazil. But sooner or later, that is bound to clear up.
But you did manage that delay. You see, Beck, when you want to be, you can be a real live fire. Well, good luck, Herr Dr. Beck. Hey! Hey!
Introducing a completely different Mercury Cougar. Introducing pulse-quickening comfort. The all-new Cougar from Mercury, where comfort and control are one.
The Venice Simplon Orient Express, naturally the most luxurious train in the world, serves the richest coffee in the world.
Oh, c'est impossible! Pas de café de Colombie! Vite, vite, retournez à Paris!
100% Colombian coffee, hand-picked by Juan Valdez.
Weave your way through the streets of Miami, and you'll come to a place where lions stalk their prey. Bears hunt intruders, and eagles make ready for the kill. The place is Joe Robbie Stadium, home of Super Bowl 23. But if you go, you need a winning team and your Visa card. Because at the Super Bowl, they take only the best, and they don't take American Express. Visa is everywhere you want to be.
When Delta Airlines Steve Masuka found a wedding ring,
The person lost the ring. Please return to Delta Street B6.
I'll be standing over
he
here by
knew
the jet.
someone had to be very unhappy.
Young man, are you the one who found my ring?
Yes, ma'am.
This means so much to me. How can I repay you?
This is part of my job, ma'am.
Tommy,
Dad, I'm practicing.
we'll practice eating your breakfast. So, you busy later on? You want to rake a few leaves?
No. Mom, did Kevin come? Ooh, Kevin.
Kevin, only about 4 or 5 times.
I saw him giving Debbie Green a ride yesterday. Grow up.
Cut it out.
He does.
I'm tried with that.
Why, Mom?
The new 96-ounce bottle from Minute Maid.
Who's Kevin?
A new way to get a handle on your morning.
Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will return in a moment. Tomorrow night, War and Remembrance begins at 8:30, 7:30 Central and Mountain on ABC.
Won't let you down. If you missed our 1988 Fifth Avenue sale last month, you won't be disappointed. We've made another special purchase of 1988 Chrysler Fifth Avenues, and we're offering them at the same low price of $14,999. You heard that right. An almost new luxurious 1988 Chrysler Fifth Avenue for $14,999. Also a special interest rate of 8.7 annual percent for 48 months. Come to our special Fifth Avenue sale at Iverson Motor Company in Santa Maria.
It's back again. The sale you've waited for. Kaufman's famous two-for sale. Your chance to choose from thousands of famous label suits, sport coats, and slacks at fantastic two-for savings. Like $195 wool blend suits at 2 for $319. Or Arnold Palmer tweed sport coats, 2 for $169. During this historic event, you'll find similar savings throughout the entire store. At Kaufman's, now.
From Thousand Oaks to San Simeon, KEYT, Santa Barbara.
Passieren! Anhalten! Call these SS-men. They're marching like gypsies, like Chinamen. It is the kind of parade to put on for Reichsführer SS Himmler. You're playing like street beggars. I want them drenched. Drenched until they drop. I come back at 1500 hours for another inspection. If there is no improvement, straight to the Russian front. Front line. A whole lot of them. Zeker nou, bevel, Herr Commandant. Was war denn das für eine unglaubliche Scheiße, die wir hier veranstaltet haben? Nimm mich halt damit weg! Is this what Reichsführer SS Himmler will be tomorrow? Working them night and day. Herr Commandant, I'm flogging them like dogs. Flogging? Shoot the 5 slowest ones. I authorize you. Then bear up the rest. Where are my 60 blockers? Number shortages, restricted rules? No excuses, no shortages. Requisition whatever you need. All rules waived. One rule. 60 blockhouses up by tomorrow at 12 noon. Do you understand? Or you will pay. And they will. If I am finished, I will show you. Show all of you.
Herr Sturmscharführer, we can speed up the work. We have ideas.
Let's hear.
Rudy, how boy. Smell it.
Is my adjutant here?
Yes. Hauptsturmführer Schwarz-Tuch. Upstairs in your study. For lunch, there's sauerbraten, your favorite.
No lunch, no time.
The Klinger in Birkenau has gone crazy. He asked for trucks to speed up this job. I squashed him good. Prisoners are horses, I said. They walk.
Give him trucks.
What else? Why did the damn fool want floodlights on his job tonight? All night long. Floodlights.
Let him have them.
That's the air defense rules. I make the air defense rules.
Call Central Supply.
Right now. So the days have come enough.
Great. Much, much better. Just like machine.
Program?
Nice job.
The printing shop outdid itself.
Aerodrome, trooping of colors, band serenades, honor review.
Good. Gruppenführer Kammler himself will do the map for the breakfast.
Chorus, grabbing the bows. Architect's office, motor tour.
Alle für die Konstruktion der Baracken notwendigen LKW sofort erhalten. Die Bauarbeiten sollen heute Nacht unter Prüfungsablauf gehen.
Special action before lunch. Who is responsible for this idiotic change? Die Konstruktion der Baracken, die notwendigen
The Railroad Directorate. They insisted, Sturmbannführer, on getting the empty train back in Oppeln by noon. Maybe if you telephone...
Right! Ruf zurück! Out! Special action from beginning to end. Before lunch. What kind of appetite will our guests have after that? I can say!
Commandant, I tried. The empty train. The Railroad Directorate insisted...
This is Reichsführergesetzbusiness! Understood? I'll throw the whole Railroad Directorate into Block 11. And you too! You stupid swine! Dauernd gibt es Schwierigkeiten mit dieser Eisenbahn. Anscheinend bin ich von lauter Vollidioten umgeben. Der dann alles selbst machen. Geliefert! Verdammt nochmal! Hauen Sie ab! Die Straße!
This Himmler's visit is making us old. Now the breath.
We'll all be glad that this is over.
He doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, only drinks. The whole army.
Maybe I will have some lunch.
Of course, Woody.
100%, Kommandant.
If one thing goes wrong, one thing, it's my neck. Mine.
It's a select transport from Amsterdam. They've been well treated. It'll go smooth. Smooth as oil. It had better. A hard thing to watch, all the same.
Orders. He wants to see a whole action from beginning to end. The watchful in Russia didn't approve crude business. They made them dig their own mass graves, he told me. Then mowed them down and buried them. Close and all. Here, of course, we are more practical, more humane. Still, what a glass of brandy. I'm very curious to see how Himmler will take it. It's tough.
Kommandant. Never before have I dared ask this. Suppose Germany loses the war.
We have the means to unite the country, the world, in seconds.
It's perfect.
Imagine putting that power in everyone's hands.
Japan, Zurich, LA on board?
The network. Everything's in place.
Banks should be this secure.
Activate the network.
Introducing MCI Fax, the world's dedicated fax network. Now send documents with the speed, the quality, the power only a dedicated network can provide.
A beautiful day for a revolution.
With MCI Fax, it's there already.
To turn the ordinary into the extraordinary, you need to know how things should be. Fabergé, what an egg should be. Stradivarius, what a fiddle should be. And Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
Announcing the Holiday Inn Make-Up Super Call game. Come to Holiday Inn, get a game card. Now, Super Bowl 18. 4 minutes to go. Raiders face a 4th and goal. You call it. Scratch off the right play, and you win. Thousands of prizes. Even a trip to the Super Bowl. Everybody's getting into it.
Only at America's favorite hotel. For reservations, make the Super Call.
Tommy,
Dad, I'm practicing.
we'll practice eating your breakfast. So, you busy later on? You want to rake a few leaves?
No. Mom, did Kevin call? Ooh, Kevin.
Kevin, only about 4 or 5 times.
I saw him giving Debbie Green a ride yesterday.
Grow up. Cut it out. I'm fine with that.
Bye, Mom.
A new 96-ounce bottle from Minute Maid.
Who's Kevin?
A new way to get a handle on your morning.
Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will continue in a moment.
An ABC News brief. Now from Washington, Ted Koppel.
Good evening. Hoping to calm jittery financial markets, President-elect Bush today asked Nicholas Brady to remain as Treasury Secretary and lead a fresh assault on the deficit. In the occupied territories, Israel imposed the most extensive military crackdown in 20 years, hours after the Palestine National Council declared an independent Palestinian state there and recognized Israel's right to exist. More on that story tonight on Night.
Mel Clayton Ford is Santa Barbara's new Volume 4 dealer. We invite you to come in and choose your favorite car or truck from the largest new Ford inventory in Santa Barbara County. You'll find the kind of savings only a volume dealer can offer. From the test drive to the service drive, the Mel Clayton team is committed to giving you the best value for your dollar. Santa Barbara's new Volume 4 dealer, Mel Clayton Ford.
This is an undisguised attempt to show you how much County Savings Bank cares about having you as a customer. Instead of charts and graphs showing how we've become a very successful billion-dollar bank, we decided to show something you care about more. And maybe you'll begin to see how much we care about you. You've probably never seen a bank commercial like this before, but then you've never seen a bank like this before. County Savings Bank.
Tonight, turn to the leader. Key News.
Now it's going, Sammy. Twice as many men, thanks to the truck. This was an idea. Just a side towards the road. A Russian foreman. Russian? He's no Russian. He's a Jew swindler like you. Think I don't know?
Reichsfuhrer SS Heinrich Himmler, Nazi Party number 14303, SS number 168. Son of a Bavarian schoolmaster, Himmler joined the Nazi Party in 1923, took over the SS in 1929, and in 1934 became chief of the Gestapo, speedily building it into one of the most feared state police organizations in the world. And by the outbreak of the war in 1939, Himmler was in undisputed control of a virtual private empire. A dangerous fanatic, second in power only to the Fuhrer, and widely regarded as his possible successor, Himmler's prime responsibility is the carrying out of Adolf Hitler's racial policies, calling for the extermination of 11 million men, women, and children. The final solution of the Jewish question in Europe.
This installation will be doubled westward. Total capacity, 200,000 prisoners for the new factory.
It will be done, Reichsführer. Tremendous drainage problems to the west, Reichsführer.
An SS officer does not recognize difficulties. He overcomes them. How this is to be done is your worry, not mine.
Jawohl, Reichsführer.
You have done much here in a short time. Yes? And after lunch, the special action?
Jawohl, Reichsführer. Special action. Dit is het werkkamp Auschwitz. De bagage staat strak. Naar de huisvestingen gebracht worden, u hoeft het nu niet mee te nemen.
Wenn Sie sich einmal hier eingelebt haben, dann werden Sie Ihre Talente in einem Formular eintragen. Es gibt genügend Arbeit hier für Sie alle. Ehrliche Arbeit wird Ihnen und Ihren Familienangehörigen eine Menge Ärger ersparen.
Later moet u nog formulieren invullen wat voor werk u doet. Een goede dag werk zal problemen voor u en uw familie voorkomen.
Zuerst aber werden Sie sich alle zu einer hygienischen Dusche in unserer Desinfektionsanlage begeben. Und anschließend gehen Sie dann zu Ihren Notquartieren.
Nu moet iedereen naar die ontsmettingsafdeling voor routinehygiëne. Daarna naar de huisvesting.
Zuerst aber werden wir einige kräftige Männer und Frauen zum kurzfristigen Arbeitsdienst auswählen. Jetzt gehen Sie direkt zu den bereitstehenden Lastwagen und wir bitten Sie dort aufzusteigen. Das fährt.
Nu moet iedereen links daarop gaan.
Sable is a Mercury, so naturally it's comfortable. Comfortable even in the corners. Comfort and control, together in one car. Isn't it time you looked into a Mercury, where comfort and control are one?
Even when all of Company B heads for the phone, it's no problem for Gail Godfrey.
Delta Airlines, Gail Godfrey.
Y'all heard of Lubbock, Texas?
Yes, that is confirmed.
I got some friends who want to talk to you now. Just hold on a second. Wait. Cincinnati, Ohio. New York City. Monroe, Louisiana. Albuquerque, New Mexico. San Jose, California. Portland, Oregon. Butte, Montana.
You're all set. Thank you for calling, Delta.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Gail. Did you get many calls this afternoon? One.
A few years ago, I would have had trouble walking up this hill. I smoked, I drank, I was fat, and I hadn't done a lick of exercise in my life. So I started jogging. Who says you can't run away from your problems?
Everywhere you go, you see them. Those human zooms. Back and forth they go, trying to get just the pictures they want. Don't they know Pentax now has an IQ zoom for everyone? The Pentax IQ Zoom 70 and now the IQ Zoom 60, both with a motorized zoom lens, so you can get
something very smart.
Very smart.
He got this amazing new picture-in-picture TV.
Yep, Magnavox did it again.
Now we could watch 2 shows at once, so we never fight over the TV anymore.
We never fight anymore.
We could watch one show and preview another.
We can even reverse the picture.
How smart of Tom to get a TV this smart.
How smart of him to say how smart I are.
How smart I are?
Him too.
Magnavox. Smart choice. Very smart.
Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will return in a moment. Tomorrow night, War and Remembrance begins at 8:30, 7:30 Central and Mountain on ABC.
Another typical day, and millions of us will take a few minutes to play Scratchers. Another reason life's more fun in California.
From our Central Coast Culligan family to your family, best wishes for the holiday season. This is a warm, happy time of the year, celebration of family. So it is to you that we toast in clean, clear, refreshing Culligan water. From the people who've spent over 50 years making water the best it can be. Let Culligan give your family the gift of water this holiday with a free 30-day trial for soft water or drinking water. Call your Culligan man for details.
I'm Roger Cooper. Coming up on Key News following War and Remembrance. A meeting tonight on the possibility Dos Pueblos High might be closed. We'll tell you what happened. And dramatic pictures of what happened to a helicopter as it tried to repair a church steeple. That and much more coming up at 11 on Key News Tonight. Join Paul and me at 11.
Tonight, turn to the leader. Key News.
Isn't it wonderful, Herr Reichsführer? So peaceful. The disinfection. And over here, the undressing huts. Towels and soap. Shower head for the window. And this door leads outside. Disposal.
found their suspect. Not yet.
That's why the SS. We take no chances.
Who are those prisoners in the striped suits?
Choose. The most timid, the most nervous ones. Picked out when they arrive. And they get a choice. Bullet in the head at once, for this beauty. We get a few. They don't last long, of course. They go to the gas, too. In time, they're healthy.
Very practical.
Mr. Reichsführer care to come in, have a look, and listen? It's quite safe.
So, what's next?
Around and back, Reichsführer. We've already had a special action this morning. May I speak frankly, Reichsführer? This is our great problem, disposal. I've told Berlin over and over that burial is no answer. Not on the scale Colonel Eichmann projects for special action. And what about the others? It's not only the Jews. We already have over 20,000 Polish politicals that will have to be dealt with. And the gypsies. More and more are brought in every day.
Crematoriums?
Of course, crematoriums. But they remain pretty models in the central building board, Reichsführer.
No.
Quicklime. The bacteria count in the water here is already endangering the health of my city. I say again, Reichsführer, disposal is the problem. Berlin is ignoring it.
I shall issue orders to override all projects in this province for labor and materials. The construction of crematoriums will take precedence even over IG Park.
Thank you.
Use your best construction crews. When crematoriums are finished, liquidate the crews. Understood, right, Führer. The request of your medical unit to perform special sterilization experiments on Jewish women. Granted.
Great news for our medical staff.
You have given me an honest look at Auschwitz. You are doing your best under tough wartime conditions. I promote you to Obersturmbannführer. I shall say goodbye to your charming wife and be on my way. You will not see me to the airport. You have too much work to do.
Obersturmbannführer? Children.
The charming little girl. Do you like a flower? Flower, yes. Here, the flower. Come to me.
We have a new job. Arbeitskommando crematoria.
Crematorium. For ourselves.
Never. It's possible to escape. Even from Auschwitz.
I simply don't understand the necessity for this dinner, Natalie. What kind of information could this baby doctor of yours have that could possibly interest us?
I told you, Aaron, you didn't have to come. We invited us both.
Well, 40 years since I came to a proper Sabbath meal, so we may as well hear what's so urgent.
Professor, thank you, Signor Sacerdote. Very long time since I put on one of these.
All right, Natalie. We will take the baby to the bedroom. Don't worry. It's all right. Let Miriam take care of him. She's better than a governess. When did you last see your husband? Almost 2 years now. You know he has to be
Mr. Brunello is very fine, Dr. Castello. From our own small business.
Mr. Terry, I asked you here this evening because there are some things better not spoken of. I have been in touch with Abraham.
Abraham?
How are you acquainted with Abraham Rabinovich? A good doctor.
My son-in-law and I partially financed the sailing of the Redeemer.
I have a good report. They reached Palestine unharmed.
You sure?
Slipped through the British blockade.
Excellent news, Dr. Castello.
And Rabinovich, what about him?
He made his way back from Marseille. Left his base. He's there now. Mr. Terry, why didn't the two of you leave with the other Americans? Rabinovich is very puzzled and concerned. He has asked about
this repeatedly. We were temporarily detained. But why? Reprisal. 3 German agents in Brazil, posing as Italian journalists, were arrested. And so the 3 of us,
German agents in Brazil. What can they possibly have to do with you? You're American.
That makes no sense.
None whatever, I agree. Our State Department is pressing the Italian government through Bern to send us at once. I am not concerned.
I am.
My niece finds it hard to accept that our government has 1 or 2 things on its mind besides our release. But we have further protection. Protection of rather unusual nature. What do you say, my dear? Should we confide in these delightful new friends of ours?
As you wish, Aaron.
The first secretary of the German legation in Rome, an ex-student of mine, Werner Beck. He has been a very good friend.
Then why doesn't he help you with all his nonsense about Brazil?
He has. He's been burning up the lines to Berlin. He assures us that our release through Switzerland is only a matter of time.
Do you believe that? My guess would be that this same Dr. Beck is preventing you from leaving me.
Oh, how preposterous!
Why? What would there be in it for him?
You asked the right question. To his advantage to have the famous Dr. Jastrow trapped in Italy and dependent on him. What way? I'm sure you will find out. Now I have a message for both of you from Avram Rabinovich. He says, get out while you can.
Don't you think I want to get out? But how?
With us, Mrs. Harry. Get out with us. We are arranging with Avram to go to Palestine. The whole family, all of us.
Aren't you overreacting? This is Italy, not Germany.
Dr. Jastrow, only last week we heard in the synagogue that fascists are planning to round up all Italian Jews on Yom Kippur.
Once collected, will be handed over to the Germans to be transported to the east.
Doctor, my good friend the Archbishop assures me that the Vatican intelligence net is the best in Europe. If such a thing were even remotely possible, I promise you he would not have kept it back from me.
Possible. But the Church has much property and influence to protect in Germany and Italy. We Jews had better look out for ourselves.
You have taken me into the bosom of your family, and I assure you we are warmly grateful for it. But I feel we must go now. Come, Natalie, fetch the baby.
Don't be polite, please. Go ahead and read your mail.
Your kindness has not gone unappreciated, Werner.
Indeed, Professor, I enjoy very much being able to bring you your mail.
The Arch of Constantine has arrived safely. Well, just listen to this, Natalie. The Arch of Constantine, your best book yet. Classic stature, certain book club selection. Honored to publish such a fresh and seminal work. Well, isn't that splendid news?
That is good news. But not all good news.
Float. Our friend at the American legation in Bern. He has absolutely no idea when this Brazil business is going to get straightened out.
Yes, but already quite out of date. Maybe have lunch. Otherwise, there's so much to discuss, I'm afraid we may forget to eat. What a lovely view. Won't you be sorry to leave it behind?
Are we leaving it behind?
So as I've come, Professor.
So then you have our releases?
Not exactly. Almost as good, however. Professor, Italian radio wants to put you on the air. You and other famous enemy aliens, Berenson perhaps, Santayana.
Dear me.
Well, Dr. Beck, what does that do with our release?
If the professor will simply come to Rome and record a leisurely 2-hour interview or 4 half-hour broadcasts, the Ordre will allow me to arrange in advance 3 exit visas and tickets for a Rome-Zurich plane. The Brazil business will be set aside, and you will be on your way. You won't even have to come back to Siena. So, how does that strike you, Dr. Jastro?
Well, I confess I'm rather bewildered, Werner. Would they want me to discuss something in my own field of work? Constantine, for instance?
Oh, no. They want a philosophical view of the war, simply showing that not all the right is on one side. You remember what you said, Dr. Jastro, on the occasion of my last visit? That would precisely fill the bill.
But I had far too much wine that night, Werner, and Natalie had provoked me. It was just a bad-tempered outburst.
But, Professor, you have a great original vision of this world catastrophe. And that theme of sharing the hegemony is perfect. I'm sure you would not only please Rome Radio, but impress your countrymen as well. And to state matters bluntly, you would get out of Italy at once.
Well, how about Berenson and Santiana? Have they agreed to this?
The Italian radio people consider you the key personality. Once you agree, they are sure the others will follow suit.
And neither of them knows anything about this yet.
No, Werner. I couldn't possibly attack my own country on enemy shortwave. Surely you can see that. Rather rot here in Siena.
There's also the question of Mrs. Henry and her baby rotting here. And there's the more serious question of just how long you can stay on in Siena. I've made a long trip to lay this before you. I didn't expect a rejection out of hand. I thought I'd earned your confidence, Professor.
What is the question of our staying on in Siena?
By the overall pressure never let up on me, Mrs. Henry. You realize you belong in a concentration camp with the rest of the alien Jews? I was reminded of this very pointedly when the broadcasting idea first came up.
Well, I can't fathom this. Surely we're guaranteed eventual passage to Switzerland. Aren't we? How can Rome Radio blackmail me into wrecking my reputation? Just be firm, Werner. Tell them to put it out of their minds. I won't even consider it.
That, I must tell you, is a grave statement, Professor.
Nevertheless, it's my answer. It's final.
Your car, Dr. Beck. I'll walk with you. He'll do it.
What? The broadcasting?
Yes, he'll do it.
Mrs. Henry, his resistance was very strong.
His explosive reaction test. When does Rome Radio want it?
That's not certain, but what I must absolutely have from him at once is a letter consenting to make the broadcast. That gets the hounds off my back and starts the wheels turning. The wheels of your release, Mrs. Henry.
You'll have the letter by the end of the week.
I would have to bring it back to Rome with me now. I would even postpone my return.
I can't press him when he's in this mood. Please understand. I promise you, the letter will come.
I must count on your good sense, then.
You can count on my concern for my baby.
The greatest pleasure for me would be to see you all off to Zurich. I shall be waiting anxiously for that letter. Goodbye, Miss.
I just couldn't help it, Natalie. His proposal is outrageous.
You shouldn't have turned him down flat. He stalled.
Possibly. I'll never make those broadcasts he's asking for. Never. He took my outburst far too literally. No matter how badly the State Department has treated me, I still love my country. I will not go on the air for the Axis, disgrace my scholarship and mark myself a traitor. They can kill me if they like, but I won't do it.
Then we're in real danger, Aaron.
Well, that may be, but the first thing I want you to do, my dear, is to draft out a letter to Werner. Tell him that I apologize for my outburst. and that I'm beginning to lay out 4 broadcasts, but be terribly vague about the completion date. Then I want you to go and talk to that young Jewish doctor, Castelnuovo. His plans for leaving Italy might take on a new relevance.
My God, Aaron, this is a change.
Well, I really haven't quite bargained for adventure at my time of life. Making a dash for it might seem a bit far-fetched. But I don't like Belle as you do. But the important thing is to get you and Louis out of danger. So let's set about it, shall we? Of course, the Obra may well be watching Castelnuovo, so it may be best for it to look like an office visit. Take the baby with you.
Stay tuned for scenes from the continuation of Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance.
Next to yours, this is the set of gums dentists care about most. In fact, more dentists and their families chew Trident than all other sugarless gums combined. Trident, millions of teeth, can't be wrong. What gum has enough good taste to do a commercial like this? Trident, of course, because when you've got 5 mouth-watering flavors that taste this good, you don't need to make a lot of noise. Trident, millions of teeth can't be wrong.
The '89 Ford Bronco 2, with its new aerodynamic design, fuel-injected V6 engine, and a new, more versatile interior, you can definitely say it's made for the best of times. And with Bronco 2's anti-lock rear brakes and available 4-wheel drive at the touch of a button, you could also say it's made for the worst of times.
See the entire lineup of tough Ford trucks during the Ford Truck Month celebration.
A cheese riddle. Hey, Mom, what do you get when you add melted cheddar cheese to ordinary broccoli? Oohs and ahs. Yes, cheese makes it taste better. So don't forget the cheese. Another cheese riddle. Say, man, what do you get when you add Monterey Jack cheese to plain chili? Happy cowboys. Cheese makes it taste even better, so don't forget the cheese.
You know, there's no need to chase around with your checking account here, CD there, and home loan somewhere else. Round up your financial affairs and settle in at Great Western. You see, the Great Western family has over 100 years of experience and more than $30 billion in assets, so you can feel real safe.
A new adventure and fun is coming this Friday. Hi. There are no babes in the woods.
Pay attention.
They're perfect strangers.
Stop panic! We can do this!
Take a trip up the river with Larry and Balky. Then,
Let's hear for the Terror
from the top of the charts, the Beach Boys bring their #1 hit to a very special full house.
A night with rock and roll royalty, folks.
And it's all this Friday after Perfect Strangers.
What's that fragrance you're wearing?
Make a statement without saying a word.
Once, you lived in sacred temples, worshipped, cherished, adored. Finally, there's a food worthy of your heritage. New Sheba. Morsels of fine meat, especially selected for extraordinary taste. New Sheba. To be served by people who continue to cherish the cat.
If you're used to take capsules, the makers of Tylenol have just come up with something better. New extra-strength Tylenol gel caps. They're gelatin-coated, and compared to capsules, gel caps are 33% smaller, with all that extra-strength pain relief concentrated into a solid center under a smooth gelatin coating. So gel caps are actually easier to swallow. If you used to take capsules, Try new extra-strength Tylenol gel caps. It's not a capsule. It's better.
Tomorrow night.
When you come back, and you will, I'll be here.
Go to General Quarters, Commander Griggs. Full submarine alert.
Are you having an affair with my husband?
Dad, don't worry. I'm gonna do all right. I know you will, son.
Your husband is the most attractive man I've ever met.
Tomorrow night, War and Remembrance continues at 8:30, 7:30 Central.
Good evening, I'm Paula Lopez. Coming up on Key News tonight, following War and Remembrance, will Dos Pueblos High School be closed down? That was a discussion tonight at a meeting. We'll have a full report at 11. Also at 11, a fire in a field gets out of hand, destroying more than 20 homes and businesses today. Dan will be here with the day in sports and how long is this cool weather going to last? Phil Mann with the answers and much more coming up in just a few minutes on Key News tonight. Join us. Are you bisexual?
Yeah, of course I am. One of those questions, huh?
Hear Bing Crosby and John Wayne's last interviews.
Women scare the hell out of you?
Yeah.
I go show business, you know, I'm in it.
Stay up and watch the show on the radio.
Don't miss the 50th Barbara Walters special in 2 weeks. And 3 weeks from tonight, it's the kickoff of television's best night of viewing.
The best, none better.
Because there's something happening each and every week, now that Tuesday's all together on ABC. First, 5 years running.
Pretty neat, huh?
And still cooking on all cylinders, it's Who's the Boss?
It's smile time again.
Tony Danza stars in the show.
Don't you look sick?
I'm gonna defrost the refrigerator.
That's never lost a beat and is still #1 in your heart. Who's the Boss? Then she loves her husband.
Give up on romance and get married.
Work for us.
Adores her kids.
Roseanne, you got something for a headache. 3 screaming kids.
She's just got a funny way of showing it.
There's no way we'd embarrass you.
And that's why USA Today called Roseanne the biggest hit of the year.
Well, you're really spoiled, because, you know, you live with me, you're used to perfection.
And on the premiere of Moonlighting, it scenes you never thought you'd see. See David host a pageant. See David quit his job. And watch as Maddie and David share quality screen time together. It's the season premiere of Moonlighting.
Where's it going?
Then last season's most talked about show returns.
It glows, it shines, it cleans.
Winner of 4 Emmy Awards, including Best Dramatic Series, Best Writing,
Get an idea.
and Best Supporting Actress, 30-something. Tuesdays all together, 3 weeks from tonight. Tonight's presentation brought to you by the trucks that are built Ford tough. See the new 89 Ford trucks now. And Gold MasterCard, the world's #1 gold card.
Good evening, I'm Peter Jennings, and they have given me a couple of moments here to tell you about something that is happening which is new on World News Tonight. It is called American Agenda. It's a daily segment on the broadcast. It's about us all and the information we need to make choices about health, your job, your pocketbook, your child's education, the environment we all share, crime in your neighborhoods.
Take it on home to Grandma. It was a perfect drop. Put it right in the middle of the strip. Take it on home to Papa.
Drugs are on the American agenda.
There's more drugs coming into this country now than ever before in the history of the United States.
Even though the U.S. government spends $1.5 billion a year trying to stop drugs, the fact remains that all of these efforts in the air, at sea, and on the ground simply are not working.
On American Agenda, we'll point out that some problems do have solutions.
Sterling, Kansas. Population 2,500. Drugs have invaded thousands of little towns like this. Drugs have invaded almost anywhere there are people and dollars.
I've snorted cocaine, crystal, marijuana. You know, it's all over. Just like the streets of L.A. or New York or whatever.
Cities and towns across America with limited resources, like Sterling, are looking for help. In Sterling, the state of Kansas offered a hand, money and expertise for drug enforcement, and treatment and education. On the American Agenda, we will look to see if what works in one place works in another. Health is on the American Agenda. What can be done for the millions of working Americans who have no health insurance and are increasingly being buried by their medical bills?
It just never stops. You think you have 10 extra dollars, and boom, it's gone.
6-year-old Jason Fenari has brain damage. His father gets no health insurance on the job. The family is $20,000 in debt. There is a program in Massachusetts which would force employers to insure workers in return for state tax breaks. One idea which may benefit millions, or may be too expensive. So those are some of the questions American Agenda will raise. We hope you'll join us on World News Tonight. We think that some issues are more important than others, and thus they'll get more time.
The American Agenda, every weeknight on ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening, I'm Paula Lopez.
I'm Roger Cooper. Coming up next on Key News Tonight, more talk tonight about the possibility Dos Pueblos High may close. We'll tell you what happened.
A fire in a cotton field gets out of hand and destroys more than 20 homes and businesses.
And a helicopter working on a church steeple runs into serious problems. We'll show you what happened. That and much more next on Key News Tonight. Join us.
At Vaughn's, we'd hate for you to go to all the trouble of preparing a delicious meal only to find that the meat wasn't worth cooking in the first place. That's why we sell nothing but USDA choice beef. It's consistently more tasty and tender than ungraded or select.
Nobody else but Vaughn's.
Jack in the Box. Now they have taquitos. And what do they know about taquitos?
Jack in the Box Restaurants introduces taquitos, the new Mexican finger food.
I know taquitos, and you know taquitos. They know taquitos?
We know taquitos. Shredded beef in rolled corn tortillas served with guacamole or salsa. One of 4 fun finger foods at Jack in the Box. For exciting new taste, this is the place.
Who knew they knew?
Live, Paula Lopez, Roger Cooper, Key News Tonight.
Good evening. A possible new avenue of attack tonight at solving Santa Barbara's school under-enrollment problem.
A new concept that might save Dos Pueblos High School is being talked about tonight.
David Bolton, back from a meeting tonight, joins us with the details. David?
Roger and Paula, for the second time, Santa Barbara school district officials have met with concerned parents, faculty, and other citizens. Again,